So the California race for governor is heating up, and the Republicans just had a debate, Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco, the sheriff. And they talked about a slew of issues. And the moderator asked, like, are you going to end, what are you going to do to bring down gas prices and change, you know, California? And he was very clear. He said, we have to shut down Carb. He didn't mince words. He said we have to get rid of all of these regulations and shut down Carb. Now, what's crazy is shutting down Carb is, I've seen the comments, right? And people are like, they can't do it. It's impossible. They can't shut it down. They need the legislature or whatever to do it. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Alright guys, so welcome on back to TK's Garage. Before I get into today's video, you know we got to talk about the giveaway here on the channel. And we're talking about the SRT Dodge Durango Hellcat, as that's now up, and like over 40% of the extra entry orders were sold yesterday. So I have a feeling that this thing's gonna sell out quickly, and you guys jump back on the 1970 Charger as well, because 30-something+% of those sold as well. If you want to get in on either of those vehicles, everything's up on the website. You can go to tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com, click products, it'll bring everything up. And you know, this is give you the best opportunity or the best chance to win. So link in the description down below, and good luck. All right, so let's talk about this, right? So Republicans do this debate. It's got Hilton and Bianco, and they're a lot closer in policy than most people think, right? And I don't not like Steve Hilton. I just feel like if you want to keep the California Air Resource Board around, if you want to keep any of these policies that Newsom has up, and you know, he said, you know, we have to drill more, all of that sounds good, but if you don't get rid of the regulations, nothing changes. That's my problem with Hilton right now. And I was super, I mean, look, if Bianco wasn't running, then obviously you go Hilton, right? But where Bianco's running, and he's saying day one, he shuts down, he dissolves Carb on day one with an executive order, because it's part of the executive part of California government. He can do that. I've seen people's comments, oh, the legislature has to do it. Shut the fuck up. Know what you're talking about before you jump out there. It's no different than if the president decides, I'm going to get rid of, like in the United States, I want to get rid of the department. Anything that's under the executive branch, he can end. Get rid of it. Gone. Okay? Same way he can start a new branch in the military. The president can do what he wants when it comes to that. And guess what? The governor in California has that same authority over state agencies. He can say, hey, you know what? This is no longer meeting our goals or what we need to do in the state of California. We're getting rid of it. Bye-bye Carb. That's why I said if you end up voting for, now here's the thing. Could Steve Hilton evolve in his position and say he wants to get rid of Carb too? Sure. He just ain't saying it. He had the opportunity to say it. In fact, let me play this clip of what Bianco said and then a little bit about what Steve Hilton was saying. But he's not talking about shutting the agencies down. And I think that is the big difference between these two Republican candidates. Roll it.
From the oil industry to get gas down, building industry so we can actually build houses. And the biggest issue that we have in California, I mean, that is big. I can't take anything away from what Steve said with that bill. It's a horrible bill. But CEQA and the Coastal Commission are only meant to halt progress in California. CEQA has to be gone. Coastal Commission has to be gone, and Carb has to be gone. Okay. So there's so many things. I mean, you can't, it's like when you say, what are you going to do first? It's, well,
Everything.
First is going to be my first day, and it's going to last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
It's ridiculous what we have allowed in California to happen in Sacramento because we didn't know what was going on. The lights need to the shades need to come up on that building. The lights need to come on, and you all need to start hearing what's going on in that building on a daily basis because it's absolute insanity.
Steve, same question for both of you. Do you support forced and involuntary treatment for people living on the streets with clear mental or substantive abuse issues?
Short answer, yes. If I may, a very quick thing on the oil industry, where again, we totally agree. Actually, funnily enough, that is one where you can get to work quickly without actually changing regulations, because the way that they've shut down the oil and gas industry in California is through refusing to issue permits from this agency, CalGEM. And that is not even a regulation. You just kick out the climate fanatics and you put in there people who are going to issue permits to the industry for maintaining wells and expanding them and drilling new wells. You can do that very quickly without even changing regulations, let alone legislation.
Major shout out to my subscribers as well, because they made me aware of this debate. I didn't even know about it. You guys emailed me, and I really appreciate that, man. So, look, you heard it there for yourself. Bianco's been consistent. He said, I'm going to shut down Carb. I'm going to end all of this. I'm going to get rid of SMOG checks. He said it. He's not hinting at it. We're not reading into something he said. He said, day one, bye-bye SMOG checks, bye-bye California Air Resource Board. That by itself, outside of all the other policies, that by itself saves every family in California thousands of dollars. Not to mention how much you instantly save in gasoline as the price comes down within like the first week of him being governor by getting rid of those policies. I mean, it is an absolute no-brainer. And if whoever is running Bianco's campaign, the ads should be running, a vote for Bianco saves you $3,000 to $5,000 a year in your pocket. I think he wins in a landslide. Even if you don't agree with all of his policies, even the Democrats in California are tired of the bullshit. They're tired of $7 gas. They're tired of $6.50 gas. They're tired in some cases between NorCal and SoCal in the middle, where they're paying up to $10 a gallon in gas. People are tired of the madness, and that's why I think Bianco has a real chance to win. And if he follows through and gets rid of the California Air Resource Board, it literally reopens car culture in California. Like, there was a mass exodus in California. Businesses were leaving, individuals were leaving, high net worth individuals left, right? Regular people that just enjoy cars went to Arizona, went to Nevada, right? I think what you see, if this happens and Bianco wins and he ends Carb, is you'll see an exodus of people moving back to California, bringing in money, people, the economy roaring in California because everybody's going to have more money in their pocket. People can start driving their cars that have been sitting on the side because they don't have to worry about getting a SMOG check. I just think it's a no-brainer. Anyways, I wanted you to hear what he said again for himself, because I'm tired of the people saying, he didn't say it, nothing's going to happen, he hasn't done anything, he's not going to do anything, and then he does it. So please, miss me with it, okay? Miss me with the BS. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.